There are big concerns about copyright and intellectual property when it comes to GenAI output and the training. Couple terms. Copyright is a legal right granted to an author to distribute, publish, produce, sell, etc. their creative work. The intellectual property is that creative work. So, person and a thing. I am not a copyright librarian. I am not a copyright expert. So there is more information below about copyright and AI from an actual copyright expert. As we learned earlier, GenAI needs a lot of data for its training to be able to do its probabilistic responses. What we are finding out is all of these systems have ingested copyrighted material without the knowledge or consent, usually, of the copyright holder. And they're finding that their intellectual property is showing up in GenAI output in different ways. Which brings up another question of who owns what GenAI creates. We have all of this material in the training data, and there's this probabilistic response to create this brand new output. That just means that the person who prompted it holds the copyright to that, right? Actually, no. Currently, copyright law in the United States says that a human has to have created it. So anything that generative AI has fully created on its own from a single prompt done by a human can't be copyrighted. It's current law. When you add your own touch, so a human element, a human iteration to something that GenAI created, there is then the possibility for that to be protected under copyright law. A key question to consider is, are you adding copyrighted material into your prompt? The answer should be no. Okay? The reason why is you don't upload things that you don't own into these systems. And there are rules that we have through our license agreements, the license agreements that the university has with these publishers that say that we cannot do that. So, not a workaround, a way to work around that, which isn't really a workaround, is to have the GenAI tool recall something that might already be in its training data. So, write this in the style of a New York Times obituary, or write this in the style of op-ed from the Minnesota Star Tribune. And then you may be able to still use those copyrighted examples in your scenario and not risk uploading copyrighted material into a GenAI tool.